Two books that look so alike. I mean, they are so similar. As you can see, the book covers are so alike. And they share the same genre too. Psychological thriller with mystery. And more interesting part is that the plot or the thread line is also very similar. Someone is dead and then it's claimed to be a suicide, but then there's someone else outside who thinks that it's not a suicide, it's a murder. So then starts to investigate the case. So I'm speaking about Let Me Lie by Clare Mackintosh and then Into the Water by Paula Hawkins. Now the question is, which book out of these two is a better one? Let's figure it out. I read these two books back to back. Like I got these two books at the same time from an online library, and then I decided to read Into the Water by Paula Hawkins first before Let Me Cry. And that's because I've already read Paula Hawkins before. Her book, The Girl on the Train, highly recommended. I so love that book. So then I thought I'll pick this one first. And let's see now what this book is about. This book is about a lady named Neil who is dead, and people around, including her own daughter, believe strongly that this is a case of suicide. Now, Neil had tried to contact her sister Julius a week before she had died, and Julius did not pick her call up. Now, after a week after this case of suicide, or after she has died, Julius feels very much guilty, and then she feels that this is not a case of suicide, rather there's something wrong, maybe a murder or something else, like it's definitely not suicide. So then she puts her investigating hat to figure out what went wrong or what happened. So that's this book about. This book started off very well. I liked it in the beginning, but then as it went through, it started becoming very boring. A lot of characters started getting involved, and then they are very loosely tied characters that they were not remaining in my mind as such. So I just used to get confused as in, okay, now who is this person? Thankfully, the author did have, like in the beginning itself, a page wherein she has mentioned who the characters in this book are. So every time I have to come back and see, okay, now who is this person, which helped, but that just broke the entire, interesting flow of the book as such. And generally, I don't take much time to finish reading of a psychological thriller if it's a good one. But then this took like 2 weeks for me to, around 2 weeks to complete reading this one. So that means like I pretty much did not enjoy reading this book. So yeah, that was this one. And then I picked up Clare Mackintosh's Let Me Lie with very less expectations and hopes. But then this turned out to be a true gem. In this book, Carolyn suicides after a few months of her husband suiciding, and then their daughter feels that something is not right after she gets certain clues, and she understands this is not a case of suicide, or those were not cases of suicide, both of them, and then she gets on to investigate what happened with her parents. This book is definitely highly suspenseful and a gripping one. A lot of lies being told in this book, just like how the book's name suggests, Let Me Lie. So if you're looking for a good psychological thriller, you can definitely pick this one up. And if you want to read some other amazing psychological thrillers, I'll share the link of another video where I've recommended a few other great psychological thrillers. So now you know, out of these two books, which to pick up. Undoubtedly, it's Let Me Lie. I personally did not like Into the Water. So that's it about these two books. With that, this is me, Navya, signing off. Keep reading a lot of books. Take care. Happy reading. Bye.